Hey guys, Lexus Driver here. This one's gonna be a daily this is gonna be some daily videos I'm gonna be making. I'll try and make videos like this daily, just for this week because next week I'm probably gonna be a bit busy or something. Daily videos. Maybe shorts or something just to keep my channel going because I've already finished college and in the process of getting a job. But don't worry, YouTube will still be in my heart. Um, uh, what I like to discuss here is you're probably wondering why I have the character Legoshi here. I like to say a few things um, about season 3 of Beastars. I might say some potential spoilers. If so, then don't watch this video. Um, excuse me. Um, this character, Legoshi, even though season 3 confirmed that Legoshi is now Legoshi has finally I wouldn't say finally Legoshi has dropped out of Cheriton Academy. I know it's pretty heartbreaking considering the fact that he could have finished his education now that he has a criminal record. He could have finished his education and graduated and then get a job, but I'd say when he dropped out, he's doing well for himself. He got a job working at an udon restaurant, and udon, like, for my non-Japanese viewers, udon is basically like, it's like ramen, only much thicker noodles. Um, so when Legoshi got a job, I was pretty proud. Like, even though he dropped out, he was doing well for himself. But season 3 was it's split into two parts. So part two, all we have to do is wait. But when I finished watching part 1, I was pretty scared. Like, I'm not saying any spoilers. If you don't want any spoilers, I suggest you just watch it. But this is just my personal feeling right now, and I'm pretty sure lots of people might have the same thing as well. When I finished watching, the part 1 of the final season of Beastars, I was really scared because um, uh, like concerning what just happened, I was really scared. I'm both excited and scared at the same time because I'm excited to know what's gonna happen next, and also at the same time is I'm also scared because we don't know what's the outcome gonna be. Like, how is the main protagonist going to how's the main protagonist going to face this conflict? And when he got bested, there's a lot of possible outcomes, like how he's gonna escape this fate he was gonna be in, and yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to say for that one. Now, Beastars. This When I first watched it, I didn't feel interested at first, but when I watched through the series, it was a really good anime. It had that boarding school feel, like, somewhat like, kind of reminds me of the Harry Potter series, but this one is like a like Zootopia. So, well, what I like to say about Beastars, I would say it's a good comparison to Zootopia, but I feel like, concerning like a lot of the scenes you see in the series, a lot of the episodes and whatnot, and also the characters, I would say this is the adult version of Zootopia, because Zootopia, it's actually made for all ages, even though it had like some sort of PG rating or something. It's more friendly towards family members. But for Beastars, I feel like this is only a target. This only targets like the intended audiences would be only for adults, and would be for late teenagers and young adults like me, and also older adults. Beastars, why I would say this is like the adult version of Zootopia. It's because Beastars not only has Beastars has this it does have that boarding school feel. Don't get me wrong, but why I feel like this is the adult version of Zootopia, it's because number one, we get delved into the criminal underworld feel. Um, we get introduced to a lot of really shady areas. The black market, where they sell meat for the carnivores. And why I would compare this to Zootopia, it's because Legoshi is a wolf, and his girlfriend here, Haru. His girlfriend Haru is a rabbit. So I like to compare this with Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. So Haru reminds me of Judy Hopps, but unlike Judy Hopps, Haru is just a deuteragonist, whereas Judy Hopps, she's a protagonist. Legoshi here is the main protagonist of Beastars. Um, I would compare him to Nick Wilde, but unlike him, Legoshi's the protagonist, whereas Nick Wilde, he's the deuteragonist. Um, and also, it also it also really gives that feel of carnivores and herbivores because in the context of Zootopia, it's predators and preys, but in the world of Beastars, it's carnivores and herbivores. Um, I like the fact that they only go for herbivores and carnivores. Um, if they added omnivores, I'm pretty sure the whole context stops. So I guess that's why they left out the omnivores. So herbivores and carnivores, it does work. The context does work in the Beastars world, and I can compare that to Zootopia. But the thing is, Zootopia, it's predators and preys, and when they got this when they got this criminal underworld feel, along with the shady areas, like I said about the shady areas, that includes the black market, um, what else, the organized crime, uh, and also a lot of things you would see in the red light district. Like for example, the Happy in Heaven. I'm not gonna show you guys the Happy in Heavens, but I know if you guys have watched the TV series and also maybe read the graphic novels, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to show the Happy in Heaven scene because I'm pretty sure I might get in trouble on YouTube for that. But why? A lot of this stuff gives Beastars, like the story, the feeling of both a boarding school feel and a criminal underworld feel. So that's what I love about Beastars. It's This one is why I find it's totally different from the movie Zootopia. Well, Zootopia does have a bit of a criminal underworld feel because when Judy and Nick were caught by Mr. Big and his goons, it does give that mafia feel, but it's not so much. I would say Beastars. It's half a boarding school feel and half a criminal underworld feel. So that's one thing I like. That's one thing that I can compare to Zootopia because Zootopia does have a criminal underworld feel, but it's relatively small. They just go there for information purposes. But in this one, it's half boarding school feel, half criminal underworld feel. But in Zootopia, there's no boarding school. It's just the police, the police criminal underworld feel, conspiracies and whatnot. So Zootopia, unlike Beastars, Zootopia doesn't have the boarding school feel. So I feel like if there's one thing that I would also compare when it comes to the boarding school feel is the Harry Potter series, because in the Harry Potter series, the school Harry attended is a boarding school. So this TV show Beastars, I'm really liking this TV series. So the main characters of Beastars. So we have Legoshi, we have Louis, Haru, and Juno. So Juno was supposed to be she used to fall in love with Legacy and Louis, but as of season three, she remains single. But um, yeah, um, you know, when Legacy, he looks like a typical wolf, but yeah, he has a tragic backstory. I'm not gonna reveal a lot because I know that's gonna be a potential spoiler for those who haven't watched it. But Legacy's backstory is pretty sad. I could say that Legacy has had an unhappy life, but with his grandfather, it was really good. But it's still, I would still consider it a really unhappy life because his he was raised by his grandpa. Um, but hopefully, Legacy can turn that around. He can make his life happy because Legacy he's really in love with Haru. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited, and also uh, what's this called? Legacy. Haru is Legacy's girlfriend, but he's good friends with Louis and Juno. Um, but I just like to talk a lot about this just so I can ease my worries about what's going to happen once part two is released. And part two, it's likely going to be released in spring, early spring or late spring, probably around March or something. But and I would say at this point I already have a job or something, just working to gain some experience before I actually pursue um, my own path. Um, and final thing I like to say is Beastars did get me inspired to make a good fictional story. I haven't drawn characters because I'm still working out my way of drawing. Um, when it comes to the body, the ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph, and also since this got me to like animals, especially the gray wolf, it does break the stigma of wolves. Wolves are always depicted as as antagonists, but in Beastars and films like The Bad Guys, it broke that stigma, and it makes wolves that can be the hero of their own storybook. Why Beastars got me inspired is because it got me inspired to try and see if I can make like a good fictional story. But in this one, I would say it takes place in my favorite country, the United States. And so what I'll say about the a lot of things of my inspiration of making my own. Um, Number one. There was this game played by various YouTubers. The game is called Bully. It has both a boarding school feel and a criminal underworld feel, but it takes place from a youth perspective. Um, so for this one, uh, the a lot of things that are in my head when I got inspired by this is number one, this fictional story I have in my head and also stored in my computer and whatnot. It takes place in Providence, and the reason why I choose Providence is because in my personal opinion, I feel like not a lot of films and TV shows take place in Providence. Providence is the state capital of Rhode Island, and also I did have some help using AI. I know it sounds pretty cheap using AI like ChatGPT or something, but I try my best to try and add my own personal touch. Um, even though ChatGPT is pretty helpful, so I try to keep it as personal as possible. Just so you know, and the this boarding school I have in my head that takes place in Providence. It's also fictional. It's not a real life thing. It's purely fictional, just like any other fictional boarding school, and also. And also adding the criminal underworld feel, and also I did a bit of research about Providence. Providence does have a mafia, so that's good enough because if I tried other cities like New York City, Chicago, Washington D.C., Los Angeles, and whatnot, it's gonna be too big. So I just prefer to go for a pretty small mafia family for the context, and also I might add also adding some criminal underworld feel, like for example. Like the red light district, and also a lot of things like underground rackets that includes like brothels, strip club, etc., etc. Like to add that criminal underworld feel, because when it comes to fictional stories, to give it a criminal underworld feel that involves this kind of stuff, you gotta dig deep and do a lot of research on how you pull this off. So me personally, the best I try to pull it off, the more better it gets, and um, that's uh, that's uh, uh, that's when I watch Beastars, it got me inspiring to make my own fictionalized like this fictionalized story. Like it got me inspiring, and I like that. A lot of films I watched, animation, live action, etc. Got me really inspiring to make a fictional story for you know maybe for a book or an animation. But truth is. Uh, Pursuing animation, I would have to try and best my drawing techniques. So yeah. So anyways, that's all I have for this video. Uh, on the next video, I might discuss more about this kind of stuff, like my inspiration and whatnot. But for now, I'm done for today. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, and have a good day.